Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live
And
every
welcome
Saturday
to the
morning,
award-winning
8
In
to
Wheel
11
Time
a.m.
car
Central.
talk show. Just ahead, we talk to Katrina Ness, the nation's largest student-run new car show. Can't wait for that. Also, I'll give you my thoughts on driving the new Lexus LX 600, not the LS, but the LX. And Jeff has the Motor Minute in this segment of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley's here. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us today. We're coming to you live from the Hemi Hideout out in the west part of the county, out in Brookshire, actually. And this is our last weekend here because next weekend we move into our new studio location out in Richmond, Texas, which is another suburb of Houston. And it's going to be kind of a different thing because Mr. Mars is going to stay in Neaterville, so he won't have to make the 400-mile commute.
Yep.
And Jeff and I will be doing it. Well, David, I think, will probably be there just to make sure that we don't screw it up. Won't you, David? Yes, maybe. That's a threat. Yeah, I can tell already. All right, let's go to and talk to Katrina Ness, Northwood University. Katrina, good morning.
Good evening, gentlemen, and thank you for having me on this morning.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and getting up. Where are you located?
I am from Metro Detroit, and I go to school at Northwood University, which is in the middle of Michigan, in Midland, Michigan. So I'm in Eastern time, so it's about 11 o'clock, but it is still the morning, and I'm happy to be on today.
Well, you have a couple of Michiganders here on the dais. Jeff Zekin is from the Detroit area. Where exactly in the Detroit area?
Dearborn.
Dearborn.
Heights, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And David Ainsley has a nice summer place, a family place that's been up in the UP of Michigan for about 100 years. So he goes there quite frequently, and it's a pleasure to have you with us, all you Michiganders.
Yes, I love it. The representation. We have Metro Detroit. We have the beautiful UP. Very different, but that's what Michigan's known for.
That's exactly right. Matter of fact, David invited me up, and I visited him up at the UP a couple of years ago, and what a spectacular place that is, and it's like Michigan's playground up there. It's so beautiful. Except probably in about January and February, I'm good.
Well, around October, they start pulling people out of the UP, the ones that are seasonal up there, like some of the marinas and things are going to shut down. So they move down to, some of them go to Florida and do their trade down in Florida with the boats and things. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's not.
I'm ready to snowbird and leave Michigan in the winters and get out of there. But the summers are beautiful, but I'm with you guys.
Now, are you still in school there?
I am. I'm in my fourth year at Northwood University, and I'm in my master's degree. So at the DeVos Graduate School, I'm pursuing my MBA, and my undergraduate degree was automotive marketing and management, which is a very niche degree. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. That is a very niche degree, but it is very cool because, here we are, car guys, and a gal now joining us here on the air on this Saturday morning. So tell us about this car show and I assume that you have kind of probably spearheaded this thing and put it all together. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I'm the 62nd general chair of the auto show. I always say this show is probably an organization that you can think of with the most turnover in employees. There's like no retention because every year, we graduate and we pass the baton. So for this year, I've taken the lead on it as the general chair. This is my fourth year doing it as well, but it's 100% run by students. There is little to no faculty involvement until it comes to legal issues, really. And it's the largest outdoor auto show in North America, new car auto show. And we also have expanded a lot recently into our aftermarket division, as well as racing and power sports this year, and also heavy duty. So we have a lot going on this year. Our estimated total valuation is around $150 million worth of assets. Now think of that all put in the hands of 19, 20, 21-year-olds with no student involvement. We're talking hypercars, crazy expenses. And, just with our reputation, we've been entrusted with these, and it's a really great privilege and learning opportunity.
How fun. I can't even imagine something like that. I was all excited going to work for a Chevrolet dealer here in town. This would be like 100 Chevrolet dealers all in
Yeah.
one.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. We have dealers from all across the state, with almost every single OEM brand that you can think of. And they support us every year by, providing vehicles. We'll have certified drivers that our students go out and pick up the cars and bring them back. Sometimes the dealers transport them. So the dealer connection is there for sure, but you are right. It is like working for 60 plus dealerships for the weekend, really.
So this is coming up in the, just next weekend. Is that correct?
Yeah, the dates are September 18th, which is the Thursday, so we have some festivities going on then, but the 18th through the 21st. So super exciting. We have people from all around the country really come up, from a bunch of Michigan locals, family, friends, etc., to all around the U.S. We have alumni that come, people from within the automotive industry that have ties to Northwood that come. So it's a super exciting event, and people come from all around. And let me tell you, the hotels in Midland, it's not.
You just turned her off.
You just turned her off, Mike. Sorry, Katrina. Mike is over here playing with buttons that he can't hear anything that's going on. So hopefully we're going to get you back on here in just a minute.
No worries.
Okay.
There it is. Gotcha.
Please don't touch that anymore. No, he's doing something that he has no business
Technical.
doing. Yeah.
He's a technical guru.
At any rate, thank you so much. We appreciate all of what you're doing up there. I have to ask you, if I come up there next Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, what am I going to see? How do I get in? It's an outdoor event. Where is it held?
Yeah, it's held on our campus at Northwood University, which, as we were just talking about, it's so seasonal here. And it's a little bit earlier this year. So the weather, I have been checking it. Best believe I have been tracking that weather.
We're not ready
And
for an early snowstorm or anything.
No.
no, oh my God, my heart would break.
Yeah.
But no, it is looking nicer than it's been this whole entire fall already. So we're talking mid to high 80s, and beautiful sunny days. So I'm so grateful for that. Usually it's in October, so it can be a little bit colder. But coming on campus, it's free admission. The show was started as a way to give back to the public, and also kind of as a capstone learning opportunity for the students at the school. And what you can kind of expect this year in terms of vehicle counts, like I was saying, in terms of assets, we're having an extremely high number. Usually we're around 50 million. This year we're around 150 million, which is insane. In terms of vehicles, some of these vehicles that are going to be bumping up this asset valuation, we just got a notification that one of our alumni received a Bugatti Mistral from Europe. It was being held over there for the longest time. So he's bringing that along with a pre-owned LaFerrari that was owned by Drake, which is really cool. If you all know the Drake and Migos kind of collab, and they had the concert and the big inflatable, that will be there as well. We have a McLaren P1 coming. We have a GT Mark 7. So we have a huge inventory of supercars, as well as every single OEM brand that you can think of.
Now, are the
And
manufacturers, they bringing displays or just supplying cars?
we do get some manufacturer support, especially from the aftermarket, but most of our support comes from our local dealers. But then sometimes they work with their OEMs and their manufacturers to get new fancy cars on their lot, which then they can take to the auto show. So it's kind of a win-win, because it's like the manufacturer says to them, hey, if you support these students, we'll give you whatever cars you want. And that
Pretty
game
cool.
that can be played with the manufacturers and
Of
the
course.
dealers.
So you've recently, a few weeks ago, you just completed the Woodward Dream Cruise out there down in Detroit.
Yeah.
Are you drawing any folks from that function, or those folks up to Midland to participate?
Absolutely, absolutely. We do a lot of work down there. A lot of us are from the area as well. You being from Dearborn, we know that. That's a huge event downstate. So we do a lot of outreach and publicity down there during the weekend of show, or during that week of show. And we try to recruit a lot of people because a lot of people that like cars, they like cars and they want to go to all these different events. So Northwood being kind of the cap of the summer for the automotive lovers, it's a great event. We do definitely bring up a lot of people from Metro Detroit.
I want to go into, Jeff, if you don't mind, just for a second here, your degree and the degree that you got there from Northwood, and the one that you're working on, DeVos Graduate School of Management, and how it's focused on the automotive industry. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, of course. Like I was talking about earlier, my degree is in automotive marketing and management, and I'm pursuing my master's now. So on my undergraduate degree, I I took this course, and we basically learned every single department of the dealership along with history, culture, customer service. So we had sales classes, F&I classes, financial statement analysis classes, all of that. That was really cool. And now my grad program, it's more of a general business graduate program, but there's still a lot of automotive focus just because of Northwood, its ties and its connections, and the continuous case studies that we do. But my biggest takeaway from Northwood is the learning that you get outside of the classroom, not necessarily within, sitting down in those four walls. So talking about outside of the classroom, we have the events like the auto show and the career fairs and other signature events that are put on by the students like the auto show, where we get to really not only learn about putting on an event, but also we learn people skills. Trust me, I've learned anxiety management because I've been the most out of my mind these past 12 months. So, coming into the real world after this with this much experience and this much, personal intelligence I've gained about myself and managing my life and my emotions and stuff like that has been absolutely incredible. But yeah, Northwood itself within the curriculum does take a strong foundation and strong almost theme of the automotive industry in terms of our coursework and also our classes.
How did you get into the automotive thing? Was it Dad that kind of propelled you into this?
Actually, it was my mom. I
Your
know that
mom.
we hear a lot of like Northwood can be a dealer baby school for sure. I didn't come from a dealer family, but my mom has worked in the automotive industry her whole life, and her company, Cox Automotive, is one that has proudly supported Northwood for an extensive amount of time. She started at Cox, and she really grew the relationship with Northwood and Cox Automotive. So when I was looking at colleges, she was like, "You got to check this school out. Like, you can be a big fish in a little pond." And I was like, no, like I want to go to a big crazy school where I can get lost and I can just have fun and whatever. But I toured Northwood, and I really got involved from stepping on campus with all the different events. And it was almost kind of just like well, I guess I'm going here. Like, I didn't commit to the school, but I committed to all these different people about these clubs I would join and these roles I would do. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm going here. But
So what is it like to have a car sorority?
yeah, I mean, it's basically what it feels like here, but it's what I say, like the auto show, we really are like a sorority or a fraternity as a whole. And it's amazing. I mean, we operate in meetings and stuff like that, and we're just a large group of a student organization, but we also do have sororities and fraternities on campus if that's what you're referring to. But
I am, yes.
they practice, and do events just like every other sorority at a larger school, but like I was saying earlier, I mean, it's a smaller school, so it's smaller numbers of everything. But
Okay, so I have to ask you, let's get back to the car show next weekend.
yeah,
Is there going to be video available? I mean, we're going to be able to see any of this? How does that work?
absolutely. We'll make sure to push out a lot of content, not only on our social medias, but also on our website. And we also have a lot of photographers and influencers that come up that weekend.
We haven't been invited yet.
Oh no! Well, we'll invite you.
Okay,
We're gonna invite
thank you.
right now.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
So we'll be able to. Is it going to be a live stream? Just a still camera, something?
That would be an amazing idea.
Thank you.
I really, really love that.
I didn't charge you a dime for that.
And we could do that.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, I'll go down to the Greyhound bus station and see how we can get some tickets to get up there.
Yeah, you do that. And you take the equipment and you go, and we'll sit back here in Houston, and then you can do all the work up there.
I love it. I'm writing down in my notes right now, live stream.
Live stream, yeah. Absolutely. And all it would take is just a still shot of the grounds looking at all the stuff that you got going on there. and you could do the play-by-play.
Exactly.
The,
Wow.
the next
The more
play-by-play
you
coming
know.
to you in about an hour or so. I'd love that.
I love it.
All
You're
right,
always learning.
so
I'll
what
definitely
website do we go to get any of this information?
You can go to the Northwood University International Auto Show website. If you just type in NU Auto Show, you can type in NUIAS. So many different other things that you can kind of search it up and it'll pop right up. But we also are very active on our Instagram as well, which is just NU Auto Show, which I think is where we would host a live stream and try and tie it to the website. Now that I had this idea pop in my head from you guys and your brilliant innovation,
Now,
so I really appreciate that. And
is it all .org or .edu?
I believe it is. Let me see.
Probably EDU.
That's what I would think, but I just thought I would check.
It is .edu.
Ah, I got something right in my life once. I know.
It's auto.northwood.edu or NU Auto or anything along the lines of that. Somehow it ends up taking you there. The internet's a brilliant place.
Well, Katrina, it has been an absolute honor and pleasure to talk to you. We wish you the best of luck next weekend, and I have a good therapist for you, so when the show is over with, you can go and visit for a couple of hours to get back to normal.
I will need that. I will definitely need that because the stress and anxiety the show has put on me has been insane. But I'm a student and I've learned a lot. So that's
Generally,
what
a
I'm
bottle of
taking away.
tequila does that.
Yeah, a good bottle of tequila.
will
We'll
help
send
you
that
with that
with
as
some tamales or something.
There you go. Something to use.
All right, Katrina, thank you again so much, and best of luck to you next weekend.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. We
Have a good
appreciate
day.
you. Katrina Ness. Yep. Bye-bye. Northwood University and the big student-run car show next weekend. It sounds like just an absolute ton of fun. All right. Just ahead, we're going to have a review of Lexus's big SUV, the LX600,
All right.
plus Jeff's Motor Minute. That's when the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
Hey, welcome back. We invite you to join us for our live In Wheel Time Car Talk Show every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time on InWheelTime.com. You can also YouTube us, Facebook us, and do other things to us. Do it, and you'll be glad you did.
Oh, boy.
Time now for Jeff's Motor Minute.
Yeah, kind of dovetailing in on what Katrina was doing with Midland up there with the students in the car show. There's Automotive Boot Camp opening up in Detroit, and it's kind of keeping the theme here. Not every dream has a yellow brick road, and the automotive capital of the world, the National Motorsports Association, is creating a pathway to have Detroit youths build their careers and dreams in the automotive industry, sort of like what they're doing there in Midland. Carmen Carter, the president and CEO, says it's a nonprofit goal to expose Detroit youths to motorsports and automotive manufacturers with hands-on experience building engines, participating in a stock car pit crew challenge, automotive dealership opportunities. So they're giving these folks, these youngsters, these kids, these young adults, a lot of opportunity to do something in the industry. Some young men, some young women, their folks have all been in the automotive industry with Detroit, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, in that area. This has been started by Curry Motorsports, which is partnered by NMA Detroit. Julius Curry is a former NFL player for the Detroit Lions.
I remember that name.
He was also a player on the University of Michigan, and he founded Curry Motorsports to provide access and opportunity with diverse backgrounds for these kids. And I say kids, they're young adults. They're in their teens and early 20s. But it's called Grow Detroit, and that's what the name of it is. It's a boot camp to provide structure and stability that gives participants an advantage in the job market. It's a program that there's folks to get ready for adulthood. Participants walk away with more than just theory, and you know theories, Mike. They gain fundamental and foundational skills.
Theoretically.
He does. With knowledge and familiar with precision tools that they can take that information throughout their career and whatever they decide to do. So good. We support a lot of the colleges and what they do for the youngsters and things. This is an individual. This is a private entity that's doing this. So kudos to them up in Detroit. And hopefully you have great success.
Yeah, theoretically, everything will be turned out just fine.
Got Jeff tongue-tied there for me.
Yeah. Theoretically, I was.
Theoretically. Time now for this hour's car review. I had a chance to drive the 2025 Lexus LX 600. Final assembly location, Toyota Aichi, Japan. Available trim levels, the Premium, the F-Sport Handling, and Luxury. I had the Premium. It is a standard SUV, body on frame. 7 passengers, including the driver. Exterior changes, well, it was redesigned in 2022. This is the first opportunity I've had to drive this great, big, beautiful SUV. Exterior features, overwhelming sized spindle grille. Takes the entire front fascia. If that's your thing, then you can just go for it. I would like a little bit more design, but it is what it is, and it kind of is the face of the entire Lexus lineup. Overpronounced front wheel well openings, bulges if you will. Wheels are matched to the trim level that you get. The rear tailgate and lighting is conservatively styled. What I liked about it, the overall look is high zoot. Zoot. Look that word up.
Like a zoot suit.
The zoot suit.
Yeah.
What could use improvement? Nothing. This is one good-looking car. SUV. Interior highlights. Separate instrument cluster pod with infotainment and four-wheel drive control screen below that. Screen controls are relatively easy to use and understand. The center storage doubles as a refrigerator. Let me tell you something. It works so well. I've forgotten and put something in there. A headset. I put something in there, and I went and opened it up. It was ice cold. Yeah. So there was that. You can either have it cold. You hit the button, and the green light will come on that says you use a refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep my lunch in there.
Among other things.
Among other things. Yeah. Right. Cargo. Small area with the third row up compared to some of its competitors. What I liked about it, the reserved opulence of the interior. It's not overdone, but boy, is it nice. What could use improvement? The rear seat entertainment system is a $2,700 option. Just thought I'd throw that in there. But when you're spending this kind of money, what's $2,700? Yep. Here's something that was really surprising to me. It has a 3.4-liter turbocharged V6 that turns out 409 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque.
Wow.
It has a 10-speed automatic transmission that will tow 4 tons, 8,000 pounds.
Wow.
So clearly this V6 is different than other V6s that I'm familiar with. It feels like a V8 under the hood. 17 miles per gallon city, 22 on the highway for a combined of 19. I got 17.3, and no, I did not hot rod it. Drove it for 444.2 miles. Again, it feels like a V8. That's what I really liked about that engine package. What could use improvement? Nothing. I think that they've scored a big hit with the V6 in this. Because remember, it used to have a V8. and the V8 was extremely thirsty. I think it got 13 miles to the gallon, so they've made some significant. There you can see, if you're watching on video, you can see how big the grill is.
Yeah.
It's
Big like a snowplow.
yeah, kind of. What I liked about it, as far as ride and handling is concerned, very compliant ride, and feels a little bit top heavy in the corners, but it is a luxury SUV. I don't know who would buy this and take it off-road. I guess that there's some people that would do that. I think it's more about bragging rights that you've got an off-roader.
Well, maybe they go into a ranch or something. They own
well, that could
property.
Be.
You know,
well, I don't know how many they sell to ranchers and stuff, but I'll tell you what, it is one nice vehicle. What could use improvement? I think that they should consider an F Sport version or an over trail trim package, something like that. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Pricing. Base trim price, $114,500. Prices tested, right up your alley, David, $121,211. The base model price, if you just want to get in the stripper version, $107,450.
I think David prefers the stripper version.
Well, not that kind of stripper that you're talking about.
I rode in that car with Kathy.
You did,
yeah. It is a nice car.
Holy Toledo is nice.
It's plush, luxury.
Okay, so here are some of the competitors. Mercedes-Benz GLS starts at $89,200. BMW X7 starts at $84,300. Cadillac Escalade for most people, $87,595. I get a plus on this one. And I want to thank Lexus and the fine folks at Drive Shop for letting me have this thing for a week because, boy, it was really, really nice. Next week, we're going to review the new 2025 Toyota Grand Highlander. You'll hear my review next week on that one. And that's this week's review of the 2025 Lexus LX 600.
Very cool.
It is. Boy, it was nice. Can I just have that permanently?
It was a nice car.
Yeah, please give it to me.
Long-term loan.
Long-term loan.
Research.
Yeah. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, send us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. We'll be right back after this brief break.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us. That's it for this podcast episode of the In-Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.